Founders Field Notes, episode 6, and I am already regretting doing this. Not because I don't like making videos or editing and uploading videos, just because I started doing this at a uniquely challenging time in my personal life and business. And to be honest, I want to give like good news, and I want to talk about positive stuff. And there just ain't a lot of positive stuff to talk about. But I thought what I'd do, instead of only talking about Life Coach AI, I thought I'd touch in on all of the businesses because they all play a contributing factor, right? So let's just jump straight into it. So business number one is Skyline, right? Skyline is good and bad, right? It's so frustrating because the company is doing well and the company has new customers. Fucking my phone just won't stop ringing. New customers and new projects. Fucking just always some bullshit, isn't it? Anyway, so we got new customers and we got new projects. But no, you've heard me talk about this before. Like, no one is paying. I've got one customer who's like now 50 days overdue. I had another customer who had to threaten with court action. And then they eventually paid some of their bill and they owed another like 10 grand. And then I spoke to them today because they said they would pay it by the end of the month. And they're like, yep, you're on the list to get paid by the end of the month. And so we're going to put that in, and then that's going to be processed. And then by the time that's processed, it will go through to our payment team. And then, so you're not getting your money until the 7th of July. And I'm just like, mate, that's not the end of the month though, is it? That's like 7 days into the next month. And why is it so slow? Like, because I've got to pay for my van insurance, my certification fees, all the salaries for everyone who works within the company, the rent on the office, the materials that we've used to do your job, like the ULEZ charges, the congestion charges, paying for parking. Like, it's just relentless. And I'm trying to stay positive. Well, fucking hard. Anyway, then another customer who we did a project for, they were overdue as well, and then they paid. And I have never had this, right? In all my years of business, I have never had this. They paid late, and they paid via check. They sent a fucking check in the post. And so I got it on a Saturday morning, and it wasn't even right. They had only paid for labour. They had forgotten to pay for materials. So they sent a check and they fucked it up. And then because it's more than £5,000, I can't just take a picture of it and upload it into our account. I have to like post it and then wait for it to clear in the account. So it's like, and it's just, who the fuck sends a check? Like, your nan. Do you know what I mean? I wonder who the fuck is. The year is 2025. Just fucking do a bank transfer, man. It's instantaneous. I just do it on my phone. Like, if I owe someone money comes in, bang, I just send it straight on my phone. If I've got the money. But most of the time, I don't have the money because people don't fucking pay. As you can tell, I'm pretty pissed off about it. Anyway, so that's Skyline payment delays. Standard. I mean, I've done everything I can to combat this, but unfortunately it is just the construction industry. I don't encourage anyone to get into it because people don't pay their bills and everyone just dicks you around. Anyway, that's Skyline. Let's end on a positive though. I've got like 5 new customers. They all have projects coming up. There's stuff in the pipeline. There is money owed, so the company is making money. It's just not on our account. Standard. 4 strings. So 4 strings is the property business. So it's all been a bit slow. I think my partner Harry, he's on holiday, or he's going on holiday. So we're currently working on an investor pack because obviously we want to raise finance for the company, and you can't just call people up and say give us some money. You need to show them something. So we're working on a nice investor pack to encourage people to invest with us. We've got another property which we're about to purchase, but for some reason, like we can't buy the property as the limited company because we're not on the right code. I think it's like a tax code, or it's it's some bollocks, basically, just some absolute horse shit thing that banks and mortgage companies and lenders like come up with to make things more difficult. Because apparently, if you want to do anything in the UK, guess what? You got to do it the hard way, because we don't make anything easy. Everything's got to be as fucking impossible as possible. So anyway, so that's what's going on there. I don't know how we're dealing with it. I'm leaving that to Harry. So we've got another property that's coming down the pipe, and we've also got the works commencing at the other property in Wales. So let's call it Wales. That's like we've got work starting there, and obviously I need to find the money for that, right? So, and obviously, as you can tell, like this causes all the money problems, and then that has a knock-on effect to everyone else. So people who work for us, or like I'm not going to instruct a builder, right, knowing that I haven't got the money to pay him yet. I just wouldn't do that. Some people would. It's just not my style, because what happens is the big boys, they bully the smaller boys and then they pass it on, and I'm not just not going to like owe people money like that. I fucking hate doing it. And I'm already in situations where I'm behind on some payments because of this shit. So like, and I'm just not going to do it to some builder in Wales who's working hard for us. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, so we're kind of like playing a waiting game for all these other people. I think that's it. And it's all just about investors there. I've got another investor coming down the pipe, and I guess I do need to chase up and follow up with these people. So unfortunately, my time is getting dragged into when people don't pay their bills. Like today, I'm on the phone all morning, just chasing. Are you going to pay your bill? Do you know what I mean? So that takes me away from doing these other things. Anyway, Life Coach AI, which is the one that everyone cares about. We are due to pay our bill at the end of the month. We've got 2/3 of it, and then we've just got a small chunk outstanding. That should be clear by tonight. Should be clear by tonight. So then it's done. Then the beta group is launched, and we're off to the races. There's a marketing plan being done behind the scenes, and it's just about getting users, right? It's just about getting people using the app, and I guess it's finding out if it's as good as we think it is. So, there's always that chance that you're going to put it out to the world, and then the world's just not going to give a shit. But I don't think that's going to happen. So we're waiting for payment for that, but essentially we are on for next week. Now, the issue I've got here is that ideally I want to dedicate a lot of time to this, but this and this are going to take up some of my time. So it's kind of like a bit of a ball ache. One other thing I've got to mention about Skyline is that I'm losing one of my key members of staff. Like one of my core members of the team, he's leaving the company to join the military. And, it's his dream. He wants to be a Marine, and I wish him all the best. So, he's going to be leaving in mid-August. So he's with us for a little bit longer, but I've got to put things in place so that the rest of the team don't struggle when he goes. But Skyline will be hiring a new fire stopper. So if you're interested in coming to work with us, and you are quite practical and handsy, and you're in this area, we're in Oxfordshire or Berkshire or Buckinghamshire. If you're in this sort of area and you're interested in coming to work for Skyline, then shoot me a DM on Instagram, Tom Ford Online, and we'll get you in for an interview, and we'll see how you jam. For me, it's about personalities. We hire personalities, and then we can teach you how to do the job. But we don't want you working for us if you're a dick. I've had some of those. I'm not doing it again. So yeah, that's Life Coach. So essentially, not much going on with Life Coach. until this mess gets sorted out. And then hopefully, all systems go with Life Coach next week, right? Because we can't press go with Life Coach until the app has been paid for. Because the worst thing we could do is launch it, get loads of people using it, and then the developer pulls the app because we haven't paid our bill. Do you know what I mean? That would be stupid. So as you can see, more cash flow problems, just cash flow problems. If you have a business or you're thinking about starting a business, like cash flow, just like absolutely master cash flow and you'll be all right. Otherwise, you'll end up like me, losing your hair and your mind. And then there's the coaching company. Like, this is a weird one because it's like, again, it's good and bad. So the book is nearly ready. And I'm just figuring out how I'm going to publish it. To be honest, like, if you self-publish on Amazon, you make no money. They take all of your money. But the book isn't about money. It's kind of about strengthening my system and personal brand and all that sort of stuff. So it's a good book though. I really like it. It's great that I put it all in a system. I'm thinking about creating an online course, but like doing it for free, because I know there's this whole thing about courses and everyone hates coaching and life coaching and online courses. But if you just do it for free, they got nothing to bitch about, right? So I'm thinking about doing that. So the book's ready. That's nearly going. I've got a mastermind on Sunday. This is a funny one, right? Every time I do the masterminds, they are such aggro to book and get done that I always think I'm not doing this again. Like, there's two reasons. The first is because I always feel like, why the fuck am I trying to help other people when I need to help myself first? And the second is like, why am I trying to convince people to do this kind of stuff? Because there's like sales that has to go with it. So I end up having to chase people around to be involved. And like, I think we've got like 10 people coming to the next one, and that's half the amount that came to the one before. So personally, I'm sort of like, the demand just isn't there. You know, like I obviously I wanted to create it so I could create a group for myself and all this stuff, and I make no money out of it. It just pays for the room itself. And then this time, some of the guys didn't confirm until late, and then the payment that I had to make to the venue was delayed. So I was late to pay them because people hadn't confirmed if they were coming or not, and they didn't pay till late. And it was just another stress. And I was like, should I even be doing this? You know, because I'm doing all this other stuff. Like, have I bitten off more than I can chew? Like, what am I actually getting out of it? Like, you know, so you're literally seeing the stage of business that people just won't show you, which is all the doubt, all the headaches, all the problems. Like, I'm just fucking like, here it is. I'm almost at the point where I'm like, let's just fold that. Like, just forget about it. Like, I've got my hands full with this. Let's forget about the coaching thing. It'll be a shame because I think we've had great results with the masterminds, and I think the book is good, and I like doing all the stuff. But at the same time, man, like, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, but that's it. That's the update. Personally, man, like I touched on this in my last video. Like, personally, I have really struggled. Like, really struggled. I wake up in the morning and I feel like miserable, right? Like, every morning is just like I drag myself out of bed and I force myself into the cold plunge, and I have to be really careful about looking at my phone now because it's just bad news all the time. Nothing but challenges. Everything is a problem. Everything is a problem. Nothing is easy at the moment, and it's really testing my my resolve, right? Is it me, or is everything shit? I'm going to edit this out. I'm going to edit this out. But personally, I am struggling, man. I am struggling. There's just so much pressure, and it's really hard. It's really hard. And I like, sometimes I wonder why I'm doing it. Like, I just haven't had I haven't had good news in a long time. Put it that way. I haven't had good news in a long time. But this is the reality. This is the reality of running businesses. I cannot moan about it. I chose this. I didn't want to have a job. I wanted to run my own businesses. I wanted to be the boss. And now I've got all the headaches that come with being the boss. So no fucking complaints. That's the update. Founders Field Notes. This shit is hard, but we'll get through it. I'll see you in the next video on Sunday. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribed, like the video. I'll see you all on Sunday.